Welcome back, my dear student. So, one of the features that I really want to add to my application right now is Flash messaging. I want to be able to say, okay, when I edit this and I submit it, I want to see a message, or we want to give the user a message saying, hey, listen, your post was just updated, or this specific post was updated. That's a pretty cool little feature to have, right? So we're gonna have to do some type of work for that. It's just gonna take a couple lectures, okay? So one of the things that I do sometimes when I want to do things and I don't know what I want to do, I have an idea what I want to do, but I don't know what to use. I go to the I go to my best friend here, Google, and I go to npmjs.org. Actually, this is just gonna take me straight to a package. Okay, and it's not working. My internet is super slow right now, guys, super slow. Let's do .org here. Let's see if I can get it to work. All right, I got it. There we go. I got it to work. And I go here and I say session, and I start looking to see what can I use. And I select it and I check to see who made it, the how many downloads he has, things like that. Downloads last month. Okay. So what about Express Session? Does this one have a lot? Well, look at that, 38,000 downloads. Okay, so a lot of people are using this one. So I will use something like this, and I look it up, and I say, okay, this is how I use. This is the API. So I require it. What else do I need? Let me see. Okay, and I need to use this to make it work. Okay. And I keep looking sometimes. When I find something really famous like that, I use it. Okay. There's another one. There's one that I like to use. But this was for sessions. I want to use Flash, and we need, of course, sessions install, right? So I look at Flash, and I come here and I say, okay, it says you have a session before you have a Flash, then you go ahead and create your Flash messaging. Super simple to use, guys. Super simple. Okay. So for Flash messaging, we need to have sessions, right? Okay. Let's go. This is how I do it, guys. I know there's one called Connect Flash. I think this one is pretty cool. Connect Flash. Right here. I think this is the guy. Yep, look at this one. 6,000 downloads. This is why it's very popular in the community. So let's go ahead and download that, but we also need to download sessions. Okay, so let's go. Let's download the most popular ones and let's start playing around with it. So let's go here, Control C to disconnect the server, and let's download npm install. I'm gonna install the Express session, which you saw had a whole bunch of downloads. And then what was the other one? Connect Flash. Sometimes you will, if you misspelled the word, you would download a totally different package, okay? And then you will be wondering why in the word this is not working. It's because probably you're using an uppercase C or uppercase word somewhere in your letter in the name of the package, and you downloaded a totally different package, just like Faker. There is a uppercase Faker available, okay, and there's a lowercase. Let me see if it's here. It's making me look really bad right now, but I know there is an uppercase Faker, guys, because that happened to me before. Okay, this is a lowercase, but it's an uppercase Faker somewhere. Okay, so you'll be there stuck for days trying to figure it out, and instead you downloaded the wrong package. Okay, so we downloaded our session here, there, and our Flash, and now we need to make it work. Okay, so I'm going to say first we get the session. So let's require this, and this one is called Express Session. This one is the Flash, and it's called Connect Flash. Okay, now we need to get it installed in our using middlewares. Okay, so let's actually do it before we do a whole bunch of other things down there. Okay, sometimes what I do in some of the applications is I try to keep what's related close. Okay, most of my applications, that's how I do it. I know this upload is related to parsing data, so I keep it close. These routes are related to this, I keep it close. And in some application, what I have done is I have all my middlewares in one place. Okay, what I want to do with sessions are very close to the routes right here. So before the routes, I want to load the sessions. Okay, so app use, and we need to, I know for a fact that we need to pass a parameter to this session inside, and we need to do a couple things here. Let's go and look at the documentation real quick. I want to show you first. It's Express Session, the package. There we go. Doug Wilson. And this is what we need to do it like this. Okay. So keep that in mind. So the key, we need a secret key. It can be whatever you want. I'm just gonna put my name, Edwin Diaz 123. I love coding. Something like that. And I know it needs to have a resave. We're gonna say true. And it needs to have a save on initialized to true, I believe. If I'm not mistaken, we'll find out soon enough. And then after that, I'm just gonna do the middleware for the Flash. Okay, Flash. That's it. Remember that we are requiring that on top here. Okay, so now our session should be working. We just need to test it. So in the next lecture, we're gonna test this. Thank you so much, and I'll see you then. Bye-bye. Hi, welcome back, my dear students. So you must be wondering, okay, we have the sessions installed in our application, but how do we use it? How do we make sure it's actually working? So let's go to our home route right here inside the routes, and then inside the home directory. And right here where we are displaying the home page, all we have to do to access the session or to create a session, because we don't have any sessions now, is to access the request object and say session. If we want to create a session, we just make whatever name we want. Let's create a Edwin session here, and I'm gonna assign this value to it. Simple as that. Okay, now to check it, we could do something like this. If this session here is available, oops, then just console log we found, oops, we found the guy, right? We found him. Let's do template strings here. There we go. There we go. And let's see if this works. Let's actually comment this out here. course. And now it says here very clearly, we found Edwin Diaz, as you can see. So very simple. Remember that every time we attach a middleware, we are going to be attaching stuff to the request object most of the time, right? Because the request, we can access the request before by using middleware. And then before we request the routes, right? Because it's in the root of our directory, of our application in the server, basically. So the app use installs this before anything else happens, before you get a request. And then we access that data in the request. Now, let's go back to wherever we were. And now that you know how to use sessions, we are going to be using Flash messaging. Now, can you guess how we can use Flash messaging? If you say by using request.flash, you are correct. That's how we do it. So let's go to our routes where we create. And what I want to do is I want to create a flash message somewhere here. So when we create a post, it's going to redirect us to admin posts. I would love to have some type of flash messaging happen here on that page. So I'm going to set it up here. I'm going to say request flash. And the first parameter is going to be the name of the message that I want. I'm going to call this success colon message, just like that. Okay. The second parameter is going to be the message that you want. So I'm just going to say post was created successfully. I forgot how to write successfully. There we go. Okay, guys. And of course, we can use template strings here, and we can get the name of that post, the title of it. And that would be very nice if we just do this. And what is it? The title. Or we can just embed it in there. Let me just come back here. There we go. And I think I misspelled this one. There we go. Okay, so now we got the flash message here set up. How do we display it? Now, we could create a helper function to display this with handlebars, and most of the time that's exactly what we need to do. But we can also create some type of middleware and create some type of variable inside our handlebars, like a local variable. I'm going to show you how to do that because that's my preferred way of doing it. So right here, we could say app use. I love using middlewares, just basically for everything you can think of. The request we get the nets function because we need to tell it to go to the nets. And we can create a local variable doing rest locals, okay, by doing this. And we can add whatever variable we want. In this case, we want to have some type of message. So we're going to say success message. And the success message is going to be direct flash, and I think it was success message. Let's go back here somewhere to where we are creating this. There we go, and let's just do underscore here. Just make sure. Okay. So now we will have a success message local variable in our handlebars in our application, okay, by doing rest locals like this. Now the next thing to do would be to do this nets, okay, and that's it. Now make sure you put some type of comment here, local variables using middleware. Okay, so let's go to our here is where we are creating the index, is where we are seeing all the posts, and here on top I want to display that success message. So let's go back here. Okay, and let's just say if success message, well, let's just display here, but let's just say if let's close it, close the if. Okay, let's see if this works. We wrote a lot of code here, we don't know if it's working, so let's try it out. Checking flash, enter, and as you can see it says post checking flash was created successfully. So our flash messaging is working. Look, I'm gonna refresh and it's gone now. Now we need to actually put this inside some type of div or something like that, right? So let's just do alert, and then is success did here, right? Yeah, right here. Then we just close it down here. Okay, but we're gonna do success here, alert success. So now let's create another one, my second flash. I love this, man. There we go. My my second flash was created successfully. Look at that. This is looking a lot nicer than I thought, right guys? Pretty cool stuff. So we learn how to use sessions, and not only that, but we learn how to use flash messaging or messages, right? Now the next step would be to kind of move this somewhere else, right? Like maybe to a partial, because our HTML is getting kind of crowded here. So on the next lecture, we're gonna go ahead and move our flash messaging and errors to a partial. Thank you so much, guys. I hope you're having a lot of fun, and I see you then in the next lecture, actually. Bye bye. Take care. Hi, welcome back, my dear students. So in the last lecture, we talked a little bit about including this in a partial, right? Just because it's getting kind of crowded. Now I got some type of error here or something. Let me see what's going on here. Oh, it's giving me an error here. Let me just do, okay. It's working now. All right. So we need to start including our flash messaging into some type of partial, right? So that's exactly what we're going to be doing. Let's create inside the home partial here, partial home. Let's create one partial here in handlebars format. I'm going to call this form message for messages. why don't we just call it MSGs or something like that? Okay. And inside the admin post index, I want to include that in there like this. Okay. I'm going to take this out and I'm going to paste it in a new file that we just created right here. Let's see if this works. All right. Oops. I have a whole bunch of files here. All right. Gibberish stuff. Submit. It's working. Okay. So that's working. Perfect. Come back, my dear students. So we are doing pretty good with our application. If we get it running, that would be nice. So let's go to our application. Let's see how it was working. And I think we're doing pretty good. One of the things that we are missing, okay, is the ability to edit the upload and actually even have an upload. We don't have that yet. So let's go ahead and fix that. Not fix it, but add it to our edit post. So you guys know where to do this, right? We have to play around with, and I probably made a lecture way before this one here to let you guys about this little boo-boo that I created here, right? I just noticed that. I remember that I made a video there. We are redefining, we are declaring this again down here, and that could be a problem, okay? So let's go to our put route for post. Let's go right here. And what we want to do is want to do something very similar there, but we don't have a file. We don't have that HTML there, so we need to put it in that edit form. So let's come here to the create form. Let's grab this. Let's go back to that edit and let's just add it right here. Very simple. One thing not to forget to do is to add the end type. Let's do it right here. Okay. All right. So now that we're done with this, and believe me, little things like this, sometimes when you're coding for 5, 6, 7 hours, they get you. They get you for an hour or two because you can't really figure out what's wrong with it because you're looking for it somewhere here in this code in JavaScript. And, you know, those things really suck when you figure out that it was just one little thing that messed you up. Anyway, so let's go back to our code here. And what we want to do is want to take this piece of code. Oops. We want to take this code here and take it all the way down to, we're not going to use it here. What we want to do is we want to put it right here in the middle somewhere, right? And down here, we can say, well, if this is not empty, this object is not empty, then we have a new file name here assigned to this property. Okay, that's it. And if it's empty, then that means that there is something in the database or there is not in the database. The user doesn't want to do anything with it, so we don't touch it and we just save it. Okay, I think this should take care of our problem. There's nothing else that we got to do there. And let's go back and do this. Let's check this out real quick, and I should have another page here somewhere. Okay, there we go. So now let's say one of these that don't have a picture, we can come here and come back here and voila. And voila. And that should work. Okay. Deleting is working. Now, it would be nice if every time we edit one of these pictures, we have some type of flash messaging, right? So why don't we do that? Why don't we just add flash messaging for updating and deleting? And as a matter of fact, I'm going to leave that for the next lecture, and I want you guys to try to do that yourself. Okay, you should have enough knowledge to do that. So take care, my dear students. I hope you're liking the lectures a lot. And if you have any issues, post it in the discussions and we will help you out. Thank you so much. See you then. So were you guys able to figure out how to do this? How to do the flashing? Well, if you did not, or if you did, let's find out. So if my solution is the same as yours. So now we have this save method here and we are redirecting. This is the perfect place to put anything. This is for updating, right? So we can grab the requests and we can flash, and we have a success message, right? And is that the name of the, I want to know if that's the name of a partial we got here somewhere, right? In home, there's a form messages, and success message is the what we got there. Okay, so let's go back. Great. Post was successfully updated. Okay, something like that. So let's test this real quick. Now we don't have this the partial there, right? And we're not, I don't want to include that partial all the time. I don't want to do that. I believe we have that partial somewhere in, where is it? If I remember correctly, it was in post index. I don't want to include this all over the place. So what I'm going to do is I want to include this like in maybe a layout, in the admin layout somewhere, and show it like on the top or somewhere here. Let's see, where can we put it? What about here in the body of this? Let's see if that works. So I'm editing the post and I'm gonna post was successfully updated. I think that was a perfect place there. Um, let's create a post, gibberish, submit, and it still works here. Great. Now we need to make sure that it works for delete as well. Okay, so let's go to our routes, post routes right here. Let's make sure that it works for delete. So let's just copy this guy right here. Delete it. There we go. Post was successfully deleted. Pretty cool stuff. All right. So there you have it, guys. We're doing pretty cool stuff here, and I hope you really are enjoying this project. And I'll see you in the next lecture. Okay. If we find anything else, we will be adding more features to this or fixing our application as we go along with the project. So there's really not much we can do here right now. Maybe we can add some type of confirmation before we delete. That's something that we could do. Maybe if you know how to do that from some of the courses that I introduced you in my other uh, classes, some of the projects showed you how to do this confirmation. And that's it. That's it for these lectures. And I'll see you in the next one, guys. Take care. Bye-bye. Hi, welcome back, my dear students. So in this section here, what I want to do is I want to finish off by, cleaning up a little bit our application. I want to clean up some of these links. I want to clean up this. Maybe we want to change some of the button names and things like that. So let's go ahead and start with the navigation real quick. So let's go to views, admin, and layouts, admin layout, and partial. That's where we have it right here, our site nav. So we're not using the charts, we're not using the tables, we're not using, what else we're not using? Example pages, we're not using that. I'm just gonna take that off. Menu levels, we're not using that either. If you want to use that, you want to keep it, go ahead and keep it. I think this should look good now. Refresh. I'm just gonna keep this tool here because I'm gonna want to create some other links maybe here down here. Okay. Okay, and let's take care of that dashboard thing there. And let's go to admin layout. So let's see if that's the thing all the way up here in the down here somewhere. This is the breadcrumb. We're not gonna be using that. There we go. There we go. That looks a little better, right? All right. Perfect. Let's change the buttons here. Let's change that create post button first. So it's gonna come here. Okay, let's go to create. Let's change the button to create post. Create post. And let's go to edit. And this one is just gonna say update post. Great. And update post. Beautiful. Okay. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. This maybe we can put a color link here if we wanted to, just to make it look okay, but in reality we're not really using that much using that. Let's just put a not a button but a class, btn and btn. How about dark? How about that? Yeah. And how about we change the text to generate? Nice. Let's change the generate posts. Nice. Perfect. That looks a little better. Anyway, so we were just cleaning up a little bit. And that's it. That's what we want to do for this lecture here. And we're going to continue with the course, trying to make this better. And you can style it however you want. You guys already have, some of you already have some Bootstrap um, experience. If you don't, just go to their website. They have a whole bunch of things that you can use. Their website is Get Bootstrap. So Get Bootstrap, actually Bootstrap right here like this. Oops. You get my point. It's Get Bootstrap something.com. Let's try this again. Refresh. Getbootstrap.com. Okay. You guys know the website. You see it? Anyway, thank you so much, guys, for watching this videos here. Thank you so much for taking my course. And let's jump into the next lecture. I know this can get a little boring, guys, but believe me, it will pay off. See you in the next one. Take care.